So one of the main questions that I get asked is how to grow an audience with augmented reality effects. As you guys might know, I've been creating effects across social platforms for about 4 years now. I actually started right around this time in 2019, creating Halloween makeup looks and stuff that I always wanted to try in real life, but I did not have the skills to do. I've been a digital compositor and a artist that draws, paints, and sculpts and stuff like that for so many years, but I had never gotten into augmented reality or 3D modeling or anything like that. But I was really passionate about makeup looks and character creation, and I thought it'd be really cool to try out these looks in augmented reality, and so I did. And so when I started, I realized that these kind of wild things that I always wanted to create, there's a lot of other people out there that want to try on those looks. And so before I knew it, I was getting tens to thousands of followers a day from people that wanted to try out my AR makeup looks and share them in content. And so I was seeing people posting tons of stories and videos wearing my effects. And I just continued to start to create and ask questions and find out what do these people like and what else do they want me to create. And it kind of became like a full-time hobby where I was just creating and asking and learning. For years, I've grown an audience from 10,000 followers to 2 million followers. I have, I think, a little over 2 million followers now across social platforms. And so with that, I've learned a lot about audience and how to grow an audience and just how to understand trends. And so the reason why I wanted to kind of grow an audience in this space was, one, just to build community and connect to people that like the same kind of things as me. And the second is to be able to generate passive traffic. Every week, different brands reach out to work with me. I've gotten to work with incredible companies from Warner to L'Oreal to Supergoop, OPI, companies like Meta, Snapchat, and TikTok. And recently I got to work with Bratz on an incredible web AR campaign. So it's been an amazing experience being an AR creator, and it's just completely transformed my life. And so I wanted to create this video to help guide other people that want to be able to grow an audience so that they could generate passive traffic and also connect to a like-minded community of people that love AR and like the kind of effects that you create. And so I've learned a lot in the last few years on how to grow an audience and how to just basically generate impressions and get traffic on your AR effects. And so basically my strategy for creating viral trends and also just creating effects that gain traction is to focus on what I love first and foremost, and then kind of tie in current events and trends into that. So for me, my niche is creating beauty and character looks, and I like to create kind of fantasy looks, cyberpunk styles, creatures, and things like that. And so I'll try to look at the current events and trends and then wrap it up in there. So when I'm looking at a holiday, for example, like Christmas, I'll try to create a pretty Santa character or something like that, or a really pretty or even creepy looking elf. You know, something like that that fits into the niche that I like, but is also focused on a current event trend. Beyond that, I also focus on music and trends that happen in content. So a lot of times on social media, there'll be a trend with a song or a soundbite or something like that, and people will replicate the same video over and over to participate in that trend. Then that trend gets featured in the algorithm and your feed gets covered with that kind of video over and over again, with the same sound, same behavior. And so if you could get your filter to be a part of that behavior, then you could immerse yourself into that trend and gain traction from that trend's traffic. And so some of these trends have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of videos of people participating in them. And a lot of times there's no filter that's associated with that trend. And so my idea is to always be keeping my ears out for sounds that are trending or different behaviors that are trending with that sound, and try to figure out a filter that can fit into that trend. So maybe it's people are dancing to a certain 90s song and they're wearing 90s makeup. So maybe what I'll do is create a 90s makeup look or a 90s eyebrow or a preset that makes it look like the 90s. And then I'll create a video with that makeup or that preset along with that sound and that behavior, and people will see my video, and then my filter gets associated with that sound and that trend. Other people start creating videos with it, TikTok recognizes it, and then before you know it, you're in this trend, and now you're starting to get a lot of passive traffic from it. And then you're able to create this effect across platforms on Snapchat and on Instagram. And when you do that, it helps just amplify your trend's reach and your effects reach, and you're able to just reach people that are participating in that trend across all the platforms. And that's really important. So if you want to actually, amplify the trend on all 3 platforms. And so those are the things that I look for in how to create viral trends. I look at current events. What are people asking for? What is my audience like? What holidays are happening? What sound bites are trending? What's happening in social media? What are behaviors are trending or dances? And then I try to think, how can I wrap an effect into that trend? And so that's my strategy, and that's basically what I've been doing since the beginning. I have my little icy eyes filter, was the first one that I ever created that really didn't fit into any trend. It was just trying to create a makeup look that I thought was the most realistic at the time. And because of that, people were impressed with it, I guess, even though when I look back now, I'm like, that was really not that great. But at the time, it was kind of different. Nobody had seen anything like that. And then same with my cartoon princess effect. I wrapped that around a cartoon trend that was happening where people wearing other cartoon filters on Snapchat that Snap created. And I tried to create my own version of Rapunzel because I thought maybe I can create a Disney princess as well. Mine was not as good, but it still trended and went viral, and I grew by like 200,000 followers. Some of the characters that you guys see me do filters of are based off of current movies and shows that are launched at that time, or they may be biopics about different actresses. So that's how I come up with the type of filters I create, and that's how I stay on top of trends.